Whoa. All right. Why the hell does it echo? OBS. I don't want to hear myself. What the hell? Is it coming from here? No. Eh. Why the heck is it echoing? Sorry, I'm on the laptop again, and it's echoing my mic. Maybe I should just unplug the sound here. Okay. Okay. No sound for me. I'll just listen to music on the phone. Hello, Guillaume. Hello, Vignesh. Wait, was it my phone? Maybe it was my phone. I have YouTube up on the phone too. Oh, oops. I think it was the phone. Alright. I'm going to do another one of these Fitz and Van things today. And in the meantime, I was working on the oh my god. What the hell's going on with my cursor? I was working on the interface for the canvas size. So I'm going to show that real quick. So this is the new canvas size. I hope it's not more confusing than the old version. But basically you can choose your aspect ratio here. You know, landscape, portrait, square, and then also a multiplier here. So, and then this is your final size, and you can also type in, you know, whatever size you want manually if you need to, and then finally the extending border options over here. So that's the new way. The old way it just had like a whole bunch of presets, but it was a bit redundant. So hopefully this will be a little bit cleaner. But I'm gonna run this at a pretty low resolution today because I'm on the laptop. Wow, is my Bluetooth like broken here? Wow, okay. This is still kind of choppy on the laptop. Maybe I'll try a little bit lower. 25%? This is going to be like pixel art now. Okay. It's a little bit faster, I think. The extend border does this. So if you turn it on, it's going to extend the border of the canvas outwards. So if we say like, you know, times two size, it will extend the border outwards, you see? Otherwise, it won't do that. So let me change it back. So if I go 50% now, it should crop us down now. And then let me try again with extend border off. If we go up high resolution, it will increase the resolution, but also increase the scale of everything so that it matches that new resolution. So it's kind of like just becoming higher res. I hope that makes sense. And this one has been tricky to find a good name for too, the extend border. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think would be a good name for that? Because it's kind of not sure how to explain it so that's clear. Um, let's see. Okay. I learned after posting this on Instagram the other day, or the last Fitz and Van piece. One of my old teachers from school commented and said that I think Fitz was from our school too, CCS, which is a car design school in Detroit. So I didn't know that. I always thought they were art center people. So that's cool. I wonder if he ever taught there also. Oh. What am I doing? Okay. So with this one, I'm trying to make the reflections a little bit more combined, more simple. So it's not, instead of having like 3 layers for the reflections, I'm just going to have one for all the ground or the hard dark red reflections, and then just another layer for all the other stuff. So maybe it'll be simpler. Now this is the same car as yesterday, but different color, different lighting. So, and I really like this color, the way they handled it. Okay, this is darker. Also hunting for crashes today. There's been like, it's not as bad as it was before, but there's still like probably 1 crash per stream out of an hour of painting. And I haven't been able to track it down because I wasn't using the debug build, because I was using it on my desktop computer, which can't see all the debug information. So now I'm trying on the laptop. I do all the development stuff on this old, it's like a 2015 MacBook Pro, and it's a little bit slow, but at least I can see the debug stuff. Like when something crashes, we should be able to tell exactly what caused the crash and then fix it, maybe. So I'm kind of hoping that it'll crash today. and then we can figure out what's been happening. Oops. I'm still not sure what to do with all these extra. There's a lot of new buttons now in this version, like erase and stencil. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about maybe putting erase up here on the top, but then it doesn't make sense to have an E tool and then another E tool here is eyedropper. So I think maybe eyedropper and erase will get icons possibly. So we'll have an eyedropper icon and an eraser icon. See how it goes. I've been sort of resisting the whole icon thing for a long time, but I feel like we're getting to the point where maybe they make sense in some situations. And it might also help with people that aren't English speakers, because I noticed there's I've been getting a few reviews in the Google Play Store where it's in different languages, and I auto translate it, and it says like, I don't understand anything, 1 star, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess you wouldn't understand anything if everything is like English, so maybe icons would help that problem a little bit. um, but I still think that it's impossible to have icons for all of these tools because they're just all, you can't have an icon that describes every single one of these. So maybe icons just for certain persistent tools, and then you keep the text for the other ones. I'm not sure. It's an ongoing question. Let's get the ground in there. Come on, crash. I know you want to crash. Bring back the exclamation mark. Oh yeah, that was the old eyedropper icon. Because I thought that it's the letter that looks the most like an eyedropper. You could put a little question box near it to explain what it does. Oh yeah, next to the extend border. Yeah, actually that's a good idea. But one issue with those like the tooltip box that pops up to help you is that it works good for desktop, but for mobile you can't do that because you can't hover your finger over something in mobile unless you have like certain mobile pens do that, but you can't do that with your finger. But that's a good idea though for desktop. All right. Like I feel a little bit awkward with the eraser down there at the bottom. I just feel strange going down to the bottom. Um, I guess I could talk about like the traditional way to do this sort of rendering, or the way that these guys might have done it. Probably not. I don't know if they're using airbrush or chalk. I imagine airbrush, but for in school we use chalk for these kind of big soft gradients here. We would put some. We would grind up Prismacolor chalk stick and get the dust and like mix it with baby powder, and then make a really fine dust, and then just rub it onto our vellum sheet. And we used vellum because it's like this special kind of paper that can take a lot of abuse, I guess. You can load it with marker and pencil and chalk dust and everything, and it'll hold everything nicely. Um, so that's how we used to do these renderings, and they were tough but pretty satisfying to do. It takes a long time. It's really messy, but once it's finished, it's very satisfying. I kind of miss doing those. So everyone was like, you know how people are with toilet paper now in a pandemic? It's like that's how those little we roll pads were, like these like soft cottony kind of pads that we used to rub stuff on. Like we had to use those specific pads, and then the baby powder was like really, everybody was always trying to get more baby powder. And then what else? Oh yeah, vellum. Vellum's super expensive too. I used to hate having to buy the vellum because like it used to be made out of like bird fetuses or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it's like this semi-translucent type of material. But for some reason, even the synthetic version of that is still really expensive. Um, but I guess it makes you, when you have those materials and you know how expensive they are, and you're a student and you're like, students are strapped for cash all the time, so it makes you really precious with it. Like this has to work. I have to, every time you make a mark or something, it has to be really good because you went through all this trouble to get all the materials and stuff. I guess we usually start crashing around like 30-minute mark, right? I'm gonna be disappointed if it doesn't crash today, because today's the only day that I really want it to crash. But judging by how these things go, usually it does exactly what I don't want it to do. We'll see. And I'm just going in and trying to find all the little black graphics here on a separate layer. Pretty simple. Maybe we can clip this onto the bottom. Did you buy a bidet? No. Didn't get on the bidet train yet. We got fed up of wearing. Oh. Still have a pack of those pads in a box somewhere. That's funny. Did the toilet paper work just as well as the Wii roll pads? And what school were you at, Jordan? Uh, uh, not really, but knowing there was an infinite supply made it for it. Yeah, cause like, well, yeah, the chalk is really sensitive though. It has to be like ultra pristine. Um, you went to Coventry. Oh man, nice. I love Coventry stuff. I used to look at all the models. I feel like Coventry always had really cool models. Like, I don't know, they always had cool materials in their models and just nicely crafted stuff. Although I've heard that nowadays students don't really do the clay as much anymore. It's more like you do the 3D, the alias model, and then you uh, get it built, or you hire somebody to build it for you or something like that. Just kind of crazy. Um, but we used to have help with the clay though from some like GM modelers used to come in and help on the final projects, like when everyone was rushing and not gonna finish. there were some GM guys that would, you know, be like the backup cleanup crew. Come save our asses. And then also the K team, which was the Korean guys. There was like a lot of Korean guys in the car design program, and they would have like I guess they just do stuff as a team, kind of, because usually people are just worried about their own project and they're struggling to finish their own shit, but the Korean guys would do. Sometimes they would like all come into the shop and work on one person's model at the same time, and finish it like in a couple days or something, which was pretty crazy. Because usually these models take um, like an entire term to finish for one person to do, you know? So like the whole crew would come in and do it super fast, and then they'd be out real quick. It's like, what just happened? Oh my god. K team strikes again. Yeah, we spent like so many hours doing those models in the clay together as a class. Like, middle of the night, going to get Little Caesars pizza, $5 pizza for everybody, listening to music, all nighters at the school. You get to know all the security guards. They have to let you in. Um, yeah. And there was one guy who was like evangelical Christian, and he'd play all this like Jesus music. I think we would like take turns on the DJ or whatever, and which is fine. But then there's this guy who playing all the church music, and it drove some people really crazy. They're like, I want to kill that guy. Like, I didn't mind it that much. I thought it was kind of a refreshing alternative. But yeah, it really, really bothered my friend. Uh, he would also try to convert people all the time, which was slightly slightly problematic, but it's okay. He was trying his best. He was doing his duty. I can appreciate that. I should have made this its own layer right here. Oops. I guess it's not too late. Could do it still. Yeah, I probably should. Let's see. Let me just make this all sort of one color for now. And then new layer, clip it. Oh shit. The clay rooms always turn you crazy. Lights on all night like a casino and you don't know what time it is. Yeah, there's no windows in that room, right? Clay rooms don't have windows for some reason. Our cleanup crew was from Jaguar. That's cool. That's some fancy help. That's why the models look so good. A lot of people just send the file somewhere and wait for the model to come back. Yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown, I guess. I remember everyone thinking all the cool models were in the US. Well, I think Art Center always had really cool models. I feel like CCS was a little bit behind on, like, I don't know. I feel like CCS didn't do as much cool vacuum forming, and like their glass was never up to par with everyone else. Like we had good clay, but the plastics didn't look that great. Have you tried Realistic Paint Studio? No, I haven't. I saw a video about it though. It looks cool. Okay, we're at 50%. No crash so far. Would it have crashed by now? Did I somehow fix it without realizing it? I think I made this too bendy here. It's too round. The other side's pretty straight. So yeah, this looks weird. Let me get rid of that. But yeah, I kind of miss the school thing a little bit. I miss the feeling of like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be the best in the world. I'm gonna train the hardest and be the best, you know? I don't know if you guys ever felt like that in school, but I was I was really like gung ho about everything, very competitive and all that, which I feel like I've lost a bit of that now. But I don't know. It's an exciting time to be, I guess, testing yourself to see how far you can go and like how hard you can push things. And just to be absorbed in something like 24/7, and all you do is talk about that thing. You eat, and at dinner and lunch and breakfast you talk about that same thing with all your classmates, and then you go to sleep and you wake up and keep thinking about that thing and just nonstop. Um, so yeah, we didn't do too much partying or anything, but I don't know. This was like pretty exciting in its own way. I think just being fully absorbed in something, which it's harder to find that after school. I feel um, like your environment doesn't really set you up for that. Like at work, um, you can push hard, but I don't know. I never felt the same kind of intensity at work as at school. But I do kind of feel that with heavy paint a little bit, just being absorbed in something, um, like just working on it all the time and thinking about it a lot. Feels good to have something to just like latch on to. Feels good to have a project. I think I'm a very project, like I love projects. um, lived in a house with 5 other people, all on the auto design course, 24/7 car design. Yeah. And if you don't get sick of cars by the end of like 4 years, if that's all you talk about, then maybe you really are a car designer, you know? Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. It's a rare breed, people that make it through are nuts. Hey Kirk, it's looking pretty radical, yeah. Radical indeed. The unhealthy obsession. Oh, you're at Jaguar. That's cool. So do you still work with the people that helped you on the models when you were in school? Do you feel like the car talk has mellowed out at work? Like, I don't know how many years you've been there, but after a while, does it kind of, are people still as passionate as they were in school about cars? Some of them, there are some people who are car crazy and it never stops, but a lot are more into design and the craft than true gearheads. That is true. I mean, most car designers aren't really gearheads, I feel like. Like, they don't, most car designers I know don't really, like, work on their cars or anything like that. They're just more into design. Well, while you're here, is anybody at Jaguar using heavy paint? I'm starting to, I don't know. I got an email from Weta like a couple months ago, and they wanted to use heavy paint, so I that was the first time I ever heard of anyone at a studio using it. So now I'm curious. I don't know if other studios use heavy paint. Hey, no crashes yet, guys. I feel like I'm due for a crash right now. It's been... How long has it been? I think it's crash time at some point. Hmm. Yeah, I used to love alchemy too. This actually, heavy paint is sort of inspired by alchemy, especially with the fill tools and stuff. But yeah, I hope you'll give it a shot. It's got layers now, so at least you can do these kind of reflection stuff a lot easier. And I find that this like fill gradient is really nice for those Weebo pad type gradients. Um, I think I need glass here. We got a crash with line tool last time, right? Make it bigger. Erase. Just overpaint a little bit. And then turn this down. It's too strong. Yeah, I used to use alchemy a lot in school because it had that symmetry feature, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, how come nobody's using this program? Everybody, alchemy is so cool. And then now it's kind of dead. I checked their website and it's like they haven't updated it in forever. It's kind of sad. Wonder what happened. Let's see, really dark red. Almost invisible. All right, see you, Jordan. Yeah, good luck with the the persuasion. Mildew, yes, I do some freelance now and again, but I'm mainly working on heavy paint now, trying to devote as much time as possible to improving it. Okay, we're at 30% here. Still no crash. I'm not saying that to like brag or anything. I'm waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen at some point. Just don't know when. You never know. It can happen while you're sleeping. It could happen while you're taking out the trash. I don't know. I'm scared though. I'm very scared. Spooky. Okay. So that's the mask. And we can start base color. Maybe that's the base. No, it's a little bit darker, isn't it? It can be kind of reddish. Button. That looks kind of weird. Something's off, right? Okay, whatever. Side of the body, it gradates from like a lighter red to a darker red at the front, right? Lighter in the back, darker in the front. Let's try that. Like that. Get this nice trim going. Okay, this is the tricky part here. This little white circle thing just killed me yesterday on the other car. I'll try to get it a little bit better today. I mean, one option is we can try to just draw the whole circle as a solid circle and then erase the inside. And let's see what happens. It gets a tiny bit thinner over there and then thicker at the bottom and at the top. It's really, really subtle, but oh, it's a tiny bit thinner. And then thicker at the bottom of the wheel, at the top of the wheel, and then thinner again at the side here. I tried my best. And then we also have the wheel itself. Wow, this might be the first painting I get through on the layers version that without a crash. If we actually make it all the way through without crashing. We're at 18% battery. This is kind of exciting. First time no crash. This is pretty low res though. Maybe that's could be cheating. And also I haven't been using smudge that much. Maybe I need more smudge. Okay, so now the trick is we gotta add in these little highlights without turning it into bird shit. So you gotta be very careful with the white. Okay, almost out. So, maybe try some background. I feel like it should have crashed by now. I'm feeling confident. Maybe we're okay today. Let's try pills. I should have done that from here too. %. Damn, I swear it's like going down faster than you think. Screw the people. I'm not doing any people for sure, and there's not enough time. Silly humans. We don't have time for any humans in this painting. The world's thinnest steering wheel. Maybe we can get that structure in the back. Okay, it's throttling pretty hard now. It's not even like taking my pen input anymore. So back to the mouse. Or the touchpad, sorry. Even worse. Why didn't I put this on its own layer? Okay, I think maybe I'll finish this later. Um, I don't know. This is dumb. It's getting it's like becoming slower now. The computer's running out of battery. It's like, no, I want to live. I want to squeeze the last 10 seconds out of my life. Like, don't worry, man. I'm gonna plug you back in later. No problem. Some trackpad painting. It's actually okay for the leaves. Okay, last thing, I think, before we go, we need those little palm tree things. What do you call those? Leaves? Is that the technical term? Those tree hair things, you know? Oh, God. I wish my tablet would work. You can tell that I didn't go to tree drawing school. Need to, that's a different degree, you know? Okay. That's good enough for me. Hey Ben, we're just wrapping this one up, and yeah, I'm on a timer here. We got 4% left. Let me try to just um, save this. So hopefully, we should be able to export this at high res. So I'll call this Bonneville Red. And let's try times 4, which will leave us with 1920. No crashes yet. Is it gonna crash now? This is officially the first time that we haven't had a crash on the stream with this version, with layers version. So I will consider today a success as long as it doesn't crash right now. As long as it doesn't crash right now on the last test here. As long as it doesn't crash. Okay, looks like it got past the tough part. I was clenching my butthole for that. Let's see. Did it come out? And why is it still at 4%? It was like it went from 20% down to 4% in like 10 minutes, and then now it's been at 4% for a few minutes. Let's see, downloads. And the fan turned off. It must be in like super sleepy mode now. Anyway, thank you for joining in, guys. I think this one wrapped up. I had a nice time reminiscing about baby powder and chalk. And Jesus music. Come on. Open. Okay, I'm happy. It worked. No crashes, I think. Although I didn't really use smudge much. Maybe next time it'll crash with smudge. Maybe, I don't know. Airbind, yes, this version is up now at the site. It's at heavypaint.app. I'll show you guys just so you, for reference. If you want to use this layers version, it's free. It's at heavypaint.app. And if you go to the download section, you'll see like a experimental layers version. Here, let me close HeavyPaint. I think it's still chugging along. Okay, so here we are, heavypaint.app. And then you go download the layers experimental version here. And it should bring you to the, come on, should bring you here. And you can download it there. Oh my god, why is this so slow? I hope it's not this slow for you guys, but I think my computer's about to die, so it's like in super slow mode. Is the stream getting really choppy, by the way? Because everything feels very sluggish right now. Yes, the eraser's there. This version that I'm using right now is the same version that's right here. You see, it says 12 uploaded at 12:42 p.m. and right now it's 3:21 p.m. I uploaded it like right before the stream. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope you'll have fun with this thing. It's getting more stable now. So see you next time, and thanks for joining in. Have a good day.